Yo, what it is, we back at the locker room kickback, man. When you come for the hot takes, stay for the culture and the sports. We got a lot to get into. I know I've been gone from y'all, but I'm on vacation right now. We got to give flowers to what they do, man. We got to give a lot of flowers out to things that we missed out on. Like I say, I'm on vacation right now, so please forgive me, y'all. But I want to thank y'all again for being here. Like, comment, and subscribe. Well, we got the locker room kickback, man. Thank y'all again for all the support y'all give me. New York, New York, New York. Hey, we called it first here on Locker Room Kickback. Shout out to the New York Knicks. We called it first. I said Knicks in 6, if not in 5, if not in 4. The Knicks, man, the Knicks showed out. Obviously, the Knicks showed out. They showed that all the weight on their shoulders from this 20, well, it's been 30 years since the Knicks went to the finals, man. 30 years. And the last team they played was the Spurs. So it was like a real surreal moment, honestly, for the Knicks and the Knicks fans. This was way bigger than San Antonio. And like I said, if the Knicks didn't win this finals, ain't no telling when they was going to win again. So shout out to New York City, Spike Lee, Fat Joe, 50 Cent, Stephen A. Smith. All y'all deserve it. Y'all boys deserve it. Especially for the ticket prices y'all paying. Look at New York City. Look at New York. New York lit right now, man. I mean, shout out to New York City. New York going up. Yeah, I mean, only game they lost was the game that Trump was there, so I don't know if he was the bad luck or not, but shout out to New York once again. All y'all deserve it, man. New York City going crazy. NBA champions 2026, New York Knicks. Shout out to the Knicks, right? Yeah. Speaking of Trump and, sporting events, the UFC just had to fight, them boys fighting at the White House, right? UFC at the White House, that was a big moment for fighting culture. Justin Gaethje shocks the world and upsets your boy Ilya Topuria. Ilya Topuria, 21-0. And he went out there with that Conor McGregor swag, like he was, like he was coming. He like I said, they was at the White House. Y'all understand like how lit it was. 80,000 people there. He 21-0. He felt like that man, but he went down. And he wouldn't even go down swinging. He sat down on the bench and said, I can't get back up. And I'm talking about Ilya Topuria when I'm talking. Like, he's 21-0. This man, Justin Gaethje, it just shows you, like I say, how America, I ain't gonna lie. Somebody did say, oh, they might have paid him a few extra million to, throw the fight. I'm like, I hadn't even registered that in my brain, like, what they throw the fight. But, like, you gotta think, this is on top of the White House. Can we afford for American, like, to lose the final round, all this money we put into all of this? So it kind of do something. It signed up for like a good storyline after that. Like, so I ain't gonna lie too. Yeah, I don't know, but once again, shout out Justin Gaethje. Let's get into some other stuff off the field, man. You boys gotta do better with the image that you guys create on athletes, such as Stephon Diggs with him going to court with his chef. And obviously they was messing around, and she got her feelings involved, and now it's too deep. Now he can't even get on a team right now because of situations like that. He got cut from the Patriots simply because his chef, allegedly said he did these things. Whether he did them or not, he got acquitted of the charges. But the thing is, now look at how you look. Now, as a GM, who's gonna want to sign you? Tyreek Hill, he got a case going on as well with a BBL demon. She comes over to his crib. They do routes or whatever somehow, and she hurt her leg, and now she want compensation. Tyreek Hill would have hurt leg already. You just left Miami. You was waving, saying yes, yes, yes. So you already leaving the wrong impression in the GM's head as well. So like I say, now you got this case going on with this woman. It just looked bad. Like, look at Cam Newton, right? So Cam Newton does this wild interview. Cam, you wildin', fam. Cam, you've done a lot of questionable things up until this moment, but Cam, this might be your wildest moment, Cam. For you to go and do an interview, I ain't watched the interview. I just seen the interview. I was like, and then I'm hearing, like I said, I haven't seen nothing. I'm hearing that you asked the man in the video, is you DL? So like I said, I don't know what am I, like, I don't know what that, Cam, I don't know, you wildin', Cam. You wildin' out, Cam. You got I don't know what to call a young man. You got the young man on your show. You got the young man on your show, asking you all these crazy questions, knowing he's what he is. Tweety Bird, Cupcake, whatever you guys may call it out there in the world. But Cam Newton, you wilding. I don't understand what you had going on with that one, brother. You really wilding out. Cam, you wilding out. Stephon Diggs, you done wild out so hard that you might not get back on the team. Tyreek Hill, you wilding out. You might not get back on the team, but I hear you gonna get back on the team. Uh, Cam Newton, I don't know what you want. I think you just really showed your true colors. And I mean, the cat's out the bag. Like, this is a perfect example of people selling their ass or selling their soul. Like, you have no reason to do an interview like that. I mean, you really wild out on that one, Cam. I ain't gonna lie, but uh, to each his own, man. To each his own. Then you got my boy Michael Irvin. He go viral over the weekend. His wife got problems or whatever, and now he out with another baddie. He's styling. He had his Amiris on, and Mike just wilding. Like I said, I don't know if this is it just headlines or what. Like I don't know what the people out there got going on. But Cam Newton, I think you wild out the worst though, Cam. After what you pulled, Cam, that stunt, brother, you Weezy out of here. We knew you was on something weird. You kept doing all that one love behind crap. Weezy out here, Cam. You Weezy out here. Yeah. And then let's talk about my boy Brandon Ayuk. I didn't even know Brandon Ayuk. Boy, he getting out. I thought he was from Florida. That boy putting out big wise money. What bag you want? Go yard. He got it. He got big boy. He slide big boy wheels. You got the PJ. Brandon Ayuk living like a nigga with money. Boy, I ain't gonna lie, boy. I think at the end of the day, you gotta think coming from where some of us come from. I'm talking for only Brandon Ayuk aspect. Coming from where some of us black people come from, $40 million, you get that type of money, you'll never go broke. I mean, you can, I want to say you'll never go broke, but you feel like I would have never had this much money anyway. So now that I got 50 million, I can show my ass. Because he's definitely showing his natural black ass to the 49ers and to the whole league. Like, I guess he's saying that maybe he know what he got going on, so he gonna get on a team, but he was speed, like Brandon Ayuk, you just wilding out, bro. You are wilding out, but at the same time, I guess on your young rich nigga shit, because it's like, you lit, bro. You literally lit. I don't know how you gonna get back on the team with that type of behavior, but if you happy, brother, then I'm happy. If you happy with what you're doing, and if you got it figured out, then you got it figured out. But the way you living is like you living like a thug, not an athlete. So, like I said, I don't think that you guys are representing the athlete well. Not even that though. The pivot off that, Donald Trump, like I said, I know he's very controversial. This is a sports show, and so that's why we're gonna keep it about the sports. But like, is this okay for him just to keep involved with all this? He's involved with all the sports as wars are going on and all that. He's at New York Knicks game. He was at the CFB playoff. He was at the college football playoff. He was now just had a fight at the UFC at the White House. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I just want to know how the people feel about it. Like, is that okay? Is it cool? How do people feel about Trump being so involved in sports activities? Is that good for the country or, yeah. How do you guys feel about Trump being so involved in sports? Yeah. So like I'm trying to say, is it just headlines, or if you a GM, is this stuff like these athletes they doing too much, or not? You know what I mean? But we finna go ahead and pivot to out of pocket. My out of pocket statement this week, and I know it's gonna hit some of you old people kind of hard, and I know you old people not gonna like what I'm finna say, but I gotta say it. We are done with the 90s. 90s basketball, honestly, it's not comparable to the 2000 era. I'm talking 2000 on up to now, to 2026. The 90s basketball can't compare. 30 to 34% from the field goal you guys shot in the 90s. Now we shooting 35 to 36 in today's game. From the three, the threes, you guys shot 6 threes a game average. Now people average about 30 threes a game. No, it's just like the game is just so different. The talent level is way back then. That's another thing we need to talk about. Cause how was y'all able to play so many games, but it was so many bald heads? Why everybody looks so old, but everybody was able to play all these games though? That's one thing we don't talk about with the 90s, cause I don't know when steroid testing came out exactly, but I know that all y'all boys back in the day had everybody played all them games, and everybody look like old men. You know, everybody got bald heads, and so I mean, make it make sense for me now. Maybe everybody was clean, but we done with 90s basketball. 90s basketball got 5 or 6 good players that we all know. Everybody else trash. The 90s basketball is not that good. They're not that good. You compare them to today's athletes, they're not that good. Isaiah Thomas in today's game. Come on, bro. How did Muggsy Bogues get drafted? Come on, bro. Those teams back in the day, garbage, bro. Everybody knows first, and then we don't even got to talk about the 80s. That's plumbers and milkmen. So we done with all that old basketball. And if old talent was so good, why all the records being broken today? All of the records, LeBron James has them. Steph Curry got maybe 1 or 2 of them. And, the old guys, Michael Jordan might got this, and John Stockton might got assists. But at the end of the day, 90s basketball is ass. 90s basketball is ass. And I would say that 90s basketball had it a little easier as well, because they was doing the best of 5 series. So you winning 3 games and you out. Now you got to win 4 games. Now you get people coming back from down 3-1. I mean, you might say, you get people coming back from down 2-0. No. The less games they make it easier for us to get in and get out of here. 3 games, we out. 90s basketball, 90s, 80s, anything that's not 2000s is ass. And the players in that era, not saying that we don't have some GOATs, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, not saying we don't have some GOATs who could have played in this era and still ball. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, as a whole, the 90s, 80s era basketball is ass. Yeah. And I don't feel bad about saying. I just think it's something we need to put it on the floor. Let's put them. You go back and watch these old games. Everybody on the court is trash. You only know the players you know. The 90s era of basketball, we need to go ahead and put that in the coffin, man. We need to go ahead and put that in the coffin. There are LeBron James, like I say, because he played in 2000. I'm just going to give you an example. LeBron James played against more Hall of Famers than Michael Jordan. That's a fact. And players are going to be Hall of Famers. I use him as an example because he's been in the league longer. That's going to get into my next thing, what we can talk about. But anyway, today I'm trying to tell you, 90s basketball, we done with the 90s. 90s basketball is ass. You name me your best 5 from the 90s, I'll give you a better 5 from the 2000s. All y'all got is Shaq. That's what y'all gonna run to. Y'all thankful for Shaq. If I say, yeah, give me y'all best 5, your best 5 in the comments versus my best 5. I'm going, let's see, Steph Curry at my 1. And this, you gotta play this position. No moving the position around, none of that. We're not going best 5. We're going 5 players that play these positions. And before I even get there, the players of the 90s, think about the Euro players. We got Euros today that win the MVP. SGA, Giannis, Jokic. These players win MVPs in today's game. The best 90s player we know is what? Kukoc? Like, come on, man. Who we know? Ginobili? Ginobili about 2,000, but he not. But come on, man. Let's not do the 90s. Like, that's why I'm tired of the 90s basketball. Why do we keep comparing who's the GOATs? Because the GOATs is the 2000s. These players do more. They do more. And their stats ain't fabricated. Some games, you got players out there who didn't have no 10. He had no 10 steals in one game. Some players ain't had 10 steals in one game, but they got 10 steals on the stat sheet. Some players ain't have 9 assists, but they had 9 assists on the stat sheet. Go back and watch these games. They claim Wilt Chamberlain had 100. Maybe he had 100. Maybe people seen it. But you know, these are just claims to us new era. New era 2000s is better. Not even pull up. Why am I just talking about basketball? Not football. Baseball now, slow mo roll. I ain't gonna lie. Well, hold up. No, the 2000 era saved baseball, but y'all argue that that's steroid era. So I gotta do more research on baseball before I get that. But 2000s is low key better in a lot of everything, if you be honest. We talking about sports specifically. The athletes and in football are better. And basketball because this is definitely what this topic is about, are better. Football, it's a way better argument, but I would still say the players of today are more talented than the players of then. But basketball is not even a question. You go back and look at the people's handles. Like, nobody had handles back then. Be honest. I see Byron Scott said it the other day. Laker legend. Nobody for the Lakers, nobody in the NBA, not nobody. Players like of today they didn't have handles like back in the day. They didn't have handles like they do today. They can't shoot like they do today. Go back and watch some games. If you go back and watch any All-Star game in the 90s, you go back and watch All-Star games in the 90s, they barely shoot threes in those games. Go back and watch. That's why we think that the game was so physical, because they didn't shoot no threes. The games wasn't good. They were just going to the hole the whole time. 90s era of basketball, maybe, and I guess it's like I said, obviously it makes sense as we go further in the game, we get better, right? The more the years go on, the better we get as a team. The better we get as a player, the better we get as a people, the better we get as a population. So obviously they wouldn't have had a Curry back then when there was no 3-point line, right? That makes sense, I guess. You don't have a Curry because you don't have a 3-point line. But when you create a 3-point line, then you created a Curry. Huh. I guess. But the 90s era of basketball, we're done with it. The 80s era of basketball, we're done with it. I'm tired of players like Bill Russell being in front of Carmelo. Yeah, I said it. Bill Russell is not a better basketball player than Carmelo Anthony. Statistically, statically, I don't care what you make it. Like, he got 11 championships when there were 11 teams. Bill Russell is not that good, bro. He would not be a guy in today's game, bro. Cut it out, bro. Stop it. No, Bill Russell game won't translate. That's one person. No, yeah, I'm coming for him. Rest his soul. Not coming at a black man like that. Rest his soul. Rest Bill Russell's soul. A GOAT, a legend in his own right. But if you're talking about him playing in today's game, no. No. I guess Magic would be good today's game. Who's somebody else who wouldn't be nothing in today's game? Like, think about a guy like Mutombo. Mutombo is he better than Rudy Gobert? Who you want? Mutombo or Rudy Gobert? Who you want? John Stockton ain't no better than this year's Josh Giddey. John Stockton ain't no better than this year's Josh Giddey. He's not. He's not. He's not. He's not. He's not. He's no better. So yeah, like I say, Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain or Jokic. You think Wilt Chamberlain will give Jokic buckets? and Jokic wouldn't average a triple-double on him? Wilt Chamberlain scored 100 points when everybody was my height. Wilt Chamberlain scored 100 points when everybody was my size. He wouldn't do that today. We're done with the old basketball appearance, bro. We're done with all that, bro. We're done with all that. You feel me? Clyde Drexler. Like, come on, man. Trash. Only players that are good are those players that we know. The real Hall of Famers. Not the guys who just got ranked. Not like, no. The real players. Larry Bird, Magic, Kareem. I'm gonna get them some type of flowers. But I don't know would all of them be that good today either. But I'm gonna think that they would be. Cause off mentality alone. Them boys talk different. You feel me? They too Swahi, you feel me? They too smooth to not even be good in today's game. So I'm not gonna disrespect the Magics of the world, the Jordans of the world, the AIs of the world, the Shaqs of the world. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the other guys who got still these rings and that make them guys, such as Jordan and Kobe and all these people, that make them look good because they beat Charles Barkley and who else? Who Charles Barkley had? That Charles Barkley is good. Like I said, because mentality, he wouldn't be asked in no era. But his team, like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Let's be for real, though. Let's be for real, though. Austin Reeves might cook back then, man. Yeah, man. So my out-of-pocket statement for this week is 90s basketball, 80s basketball. No basketball is better than the basketball that we're playing in today. 2000 era as a complete is the best era of basketball. The 2000 era is the best era of basketball. So we here at the 904 closet, right? We got to bring up obviously the biggest conversation in sports history. Michael Jordan versus LeBron James. Y'all slayed me last time, but I'm going to tell y'all again. LeBron James is the greatest player in NBA history. LeBron James is the greatest player in NBA history. What is my criteria? The guy who played the best, the longest. That's my criteria simply. LeBron James has played 20 plus seasons. He leads rebounds, points, assists. He's at the top of all of these lists. He's a number 1 to 3 in all of these lists. LeBron James is the greatest player of NBA history. When you think NBA, right? It's like you're saying, hey, tell me what the NBA is. You show a picture of LeBron James. LeBron James can defend, and I'm talking the greatest version of LeBron James. LeBron James can defend, can shoot, can play all 5 positions. LeBron James has the most points in history. He played the most seasons in history. Yet he's still top 10, if not top 15 in the NBA. Yeah, he didn't get voted in, but I know as the people we would have voted, LeBron James would be top 15 player. LeBron James better than Chet Holmgren. LeBron James better than Paul George. LeBron James better than Austin Reeves. LeBron James is better than Karl-Anthony Towns. LeBron James is better than Julius Randle. LeBron James is better than Darren Fox. LeBron James is better than Stephon Castle. LeBron James over Jimmy Butler. LeBron James is better than a lot of your favorite players. LeBron James better than Devin Booker. Today, right now, I want LeBron James over Devin Booker. LeBron James is better than Anthony Davis. LeBron James better than Trae Young. LeBron James better than all these guys in the league. What point am I trying to make? When Michael Jordan played for the Wizards, which y'all guys try to forget, how good was he? What top was he? Was he top 20? Maybe. Michael Jordan played against trash talent, bro. Yes, Michael Jordan did play against 60-win teams in the finals. I'll give you that. But the teams he played is garbage. Magic Johnson and who else? Clyde Drexler and who else? Charles Barkley and who else? Bro, the league was so trash, right? That this man went to go play baseball, came back and won 3 more finals. So if Michael Jordan is not anything without the triangle offense and without Scottie Pippen. See, that's why we respect Kobe, right? Because Kobe wasn't going to let you say something like how I'm saying right now. Kobe said I could do it without Shaq. Kobe said I could do it without Phil. Kobe don't need nothing what I'm going to say he need because he's going to show you that I can do it without it. Jordan said he would have retired if Phil left. He needed a sorry-ass triangle offense. If it's so good of an offense, why ain't nobody do it today? It's not players good enough to run a triangle offense today. Why you don't run a triangle offense? The triangle offense is for ass shit that work. The triangle offense only works for when a player's way better than everybody else. I ain't saying that Jordan wasn't great. I'm not saying that he wasn't the best of his time. But Jordan is not the best player of all time. You cannot say Jordan's the best player of all time when LeBron James has played all these years being the best player. This man is 40 years old, averaging 20, 8, and 6. How can you not say he's the best? Like I say, I guess if you go off your criteria, then he might not be the best. But based off my criteria, which is the guy who played the best, the longest. Jordan is great, but he's not better than LeBron. And when I'm talking better as in a better basketball player, no. Jordan needed stuff for him to win. LeBron James went to the finals in his first couple of seasons in the NBA. He took me and my grandmama, my auntie to the finals. Basically, we don't know none of them players on that team. All LeBron teammates together averaged 30. You add all the points up, they gave you. LeBron James scored 24 points in 1 quarter alone versus Detroit Pistons. We know how the Detroit known for defense. Look, Michael scored 70. They lost. You feel me? LeBron scored 60. They won. Everybody likes to get on LeBron because he makes the right play all the time. Look, Michael Jordan smoked too many cigars and drank too much alcohol to be as great as LeBron James. LeBron never been injured. Only thing people can say about LeBron is that he passed the ball when the pass is supposed to be made, and he cries and bitches to the refs all the time. That's what you can say about LeBron. Besides that, he's been the greatest player since he touched this court. And it was very disrespectful for him not to be voted in all NBA team this year. That was very disrespectful. But LeBron James is the greatest player to ever touch a basketball. He can play the 1 through the 5. He has the most points in NBA history. That's why Kareem don't like him. Because now we will never have, now we can't remember Kareem for nothing. All Kareem, what? Skyhook, 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 trash. I ain't gonna disrespect you. Slow myself down. 38,000 points from Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So you ain't like ass, but like, bro, the people you was going against, bro, trash, bro. How did you keep scoring all these points? Back to the point. LeBron James is the greatest player in NBA history. Why? LeBron James is the greatest player in NBA history because he has the most points, has played the most time. And when you look up stats, NBA, LeBron James covers most of the stats, bro. All you can say for Jordan is he got 6 rings. Wilt Chamberlain got 11, so now what's the argument? So let me ask y'all people out there. If LeBron James is not the greatest, then what he rank on your list? Or what's your criteria? Because my criteria is the guy who plays the best for the longest amount of time will be considered the best player in the NBA. And also, you got to put in who they're playing against. Like I said, LeBron James has played against Steph Curry, KD, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, all on one team. So that's my segment. That's my take. LeBron James is the greatest player in NBA history. I gotta go with it. Man, that's all. That's it. I want to appreciate y'all again. We at the locker room kickback. I want to thank you to my man. We over here at 904 Closet, man. I want to appreciate him for letting me shoot this video on here. Thank you to the people again. Much love. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank y'all for everything. Much love.